Ayy, give me the chip, I need the championship. Wait, we got a drink next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring, finna be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk them out of here.
Hey, how y'all doing, folks? Chris Harris here, Coach Anthony Goodman here. Another episode of Bucks Sports Podcast, our Week 6 recap show. I want to appreciate everyone joining us this morning. Real quick, before we jump into all the action, got to give a shout out to our sponsor. And the sponsor for this episode is North Carolina Farm Bureau agent Austin Brinkley. Life comes with risk, but your peace of mind shouldn't. Whether it's protecting your car, home, or family's future, Austin Brinkley is here to guide you every step of the way with reliable coverage, personalized service, and someone who truly cares. Call Austin Brinkley today and discover how easy it is to protect what matters to you most. And that's Austin Brinkley at 910-290-4250. They're opening up a new office. We're still waiting on the details, but he'll be sending that over soon. But want to give a shout out to Austin for sponsoring this podcast, and be sure to give him a call and, with all your insurance needs and questions. All right, Coach, man. It's good to be back. Been a busy week, a lot of traveling,
man.
but ready to dive back into this thing, man.
I miss y'all,
First
man.
off, man, how you doing this morning?
Blessed, man. Blessed, dog. I said I'm sorry that I missed the last episode, and whatnot. But I don't know how many people know, but like doing this writing stuff, bro, and having to cover board of education meetings and town
Mm-hmm.
hall meetings and all this stuff, man. It keep you busy, man. And
Oh
now
yeah.
I'm actually getting to start to cover some games. And that's as you well know, and I want to expose to everybody like that's a dream of mine, man. To be able to write and cover games, and cover sports is something that I only dreamt about, and now that I'm actually getting out there, man. My very first game I got to cover was the Midway Princeton game, which I know you covered that thoroughly, man. No defense being played that
Track me,
track
track
meet.
me.
It looked like a college basketball game on that
That was it.
scoreboard.
Defense optional.
But that sophomore that they had over there at Princeton,
Oh
he's
yeah.
going to be special.
Yes, sir.
T.O. McFatter,
Yes,
he's going to
sir.
be special. And then the backup halfback had 100 yards too. Crazy. Um, well, anyway, man, everything's been blessed, man. Everything
Oh
has
yeah.
been blessed, and I just want to let everybody know, man. I miss being out here, man. But um, we still gonna keep doing what we have to do for these kids and giving them the exposure that they need, man. No matter about the little stuff that try to get in the way and try to interfere. Some people can't take critiques well. We've already seen that
Oh don't we
from
know?
jump. You know, get over it, bro. It's gonna be all right. You ain't gonna stop this train, man. This train's gonna keep going, man, because we doing this for the kids. Let's get it right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it no better myself, but definitely congratulations on that. Yeah, we talked about it, and that's definitely a big up for you, man. Definitely looking forward to reading your write ups each week, man. And like I said, you got a big one coming up this Friday night.
Oh yes,
Big time
sir.
Sanford County game. So definitely looking forward to checking that out. But as always, folks, man, we're gonna run down some of these games from what I guess was a rainy, stormy Thursday and Friday night. A lot of games got moved around. Some in fact, our BuzzFeed Sports Game of the Week is still ongoing,
Yeah.
but we'll get into that. But real quick, let me run down this scoreboard. If you don't mind bearing with me for 1 second. Uh, so our
My boy
scoreboard
Mike
for this
taking
past
flight.
This past week, we had Lakewood defeating West Columbus 35-20. That was played on Thursday night.
Mhm.
Midway defeated Spring Creek 51-8. East Columbus defeated Union 24-12. That was Thursday night. Wallace Rose Hill defeated Goldsboro 65-6. That was a Thursday nighter. James Keenan defeated Rosewood 49-7. Pender County took the trip out there to Anson County, come away with a
Yeah.
victory 46-28. Jeff Webb, shout out to Coach Gainey, defeated Northwest Halifax 34-20. The boys at Hogger that trained down there, Hogger keeps on rolling, man. They're winning over at West Brunswick 34-7. And Harold's
Mhm.
Christian Academy got the win over Covenant Day 51-21. And like we said, man, our Bucks We Sports Game of the Week is still in the process of being being finished, man. They had to they suspended play till Tuesday night at 6:30, and currently they're in the third quarter with East Bladen up 14-12, and looks like just a really competitive, grinded out match there in that Carolina 2A 1A conference. So, Coach, man, I know you're a big Hopton guy, and I know you got some thoughts on as far as some stuff that went down with the JV game. If you want to go ahead and talk about it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta address it, man, because I've talked to a lot of parents and a lot of people in the community, man, and um, let's just call it a spade, bro. There's no way that you can be charging the same price for those games for admission to a JV game, and you're not rescheduling that game. Like JV, I think when they stopped the game, it was 7-6, and that's right when East Bladen went up. Then they called it. And then they're saying that they're not rescheduling it. Them parents come out there. Them parents take off work. Them parents come out there. Their grandparents, aunties, uncles, whoever. They come all the way out there to Newton Grove to see their kids play. Why would you not give them the same dignity and the same type of appreciation that you give them varsity? I understand JV is
facts.
made and is in place to set up for the varsity team, but again, you're charging the same price of admission that you're charging for the varsity, which just went up. It's $10 per ticket, right? You're not giving out no refunds. You know what I'm saying? And then I think on that night, Hopton was having the community thing where everybody was getting to see the uh the the model for the new school and everything. And whoever
Mhm.
attended that was getting their JV tickets half price off. All right. So I can understand that. You only charge them $5 and whatnot. It was a good night. The board of education was there. Some county commissioners were there. It was a good night to just explain the future of what Hopkins going to look like with the new campus. But at the same time, man, the work that them young boys put in, they don't have a separate practice away from varsity. They practice right there alongside with varsity. Let them play. Let them play. There's no
Sure.
reason why you're gonna just cancel the game and not reschedule theirs, but you reschedule varsities. Varsity's supposed to be rescheduled for Tuesday. Why can't they be rescheduled and play on Monday? And then look
Facts.
outside, it's sunny as a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really
Could have
cancel
played.
it for
I was
no
say
reason.
could have played it yesterday. You know,
They could have
so
played yesterday, dog. Sunny. I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
definitely
understand the lightning bolts and whatnot, but like, man, reward these children for the work and effort that they put in. And on the other side, if you charging them tickets, give the people what they pay for.
at least finish the game, man.
At least
I could see if this was a non-conference game, but this is a conference game, and of course
conference.
JV has no playoffs. There's no state championship. All JV has is to win the conference championship, and
Mhm,
a game like this that's going to be important in the conference race. You should at least try to finish it, man.
mhm,
Like I said, you scheduled varsity for Tuesday, so why not play it Monday night? Like you said, give the JV kids the same you know thought that you give the varsity guys. Like I said, this is a conference game. this could, this something like this could determine, who wins the conference championship.
Right.
So, and like I said,
Right.
for the JV guys, that's what they got. That's all they got. If you're not, unless they're gonna start having the JV playoffs or something. But come on, man,
Which, hey,
let
look now,
I've
look,
been
never
talking about
say
that for
never,
years, man. I've been
never
talking
say
about that for
never.
years.
We just brought it back to basketball. They just brought the JV
Yeah.
playoffs back to basketball.
They,
So I
they, need, they
mean,
need, I always thought
never
about that,
say
man. That'd
never.
be, I mean, you think about the NC HSA. They always out after a money grab. I mean, that'd be another nice money grab.
That'd be right up their alley, man.
Because I know some JV teams in the past, man. I'm like, yo, if there was a JV playoff, these jokers would win the state championship, man.
Facts.
But yeah, definitely need to give the same consideration to the JV guys as they do the varsity, man. Like I said, that's what them kids, that's what they got Thursday nights, conference championship game. I mean, conference a big time conference game like that. Yeah, they should definitely try to reschedule it.
But like I heard from somebody, I ain't gonna say no names, but yeah, varsity is what makes the donuts. Varsity is what sells the tickets, man. I've seen JV games get packed out.
Oh yeah, especially when
I've
like I
seen
said,
JV games get packed.
especially when the JV's talented, man. And
Yes.
like I said, I just spoke speaking of a really really good JV team. If any Clinton fans are up here listening right now, y'all remember that I want to say it's the 2013 JV team with Raheem Skinner
Mm,
and Tyon
mm,
Wright and Prince Murphy and all them boys up there. If there
yeah,
was a JV playoffs, that team would have won state. Cause them boys was
yeah.
bad. Them boys
Yo,
bad. Head
they were
coach,
good enough to beat a lot of varsity teams.
yeah, the head coach by Coach Bell was the head coach that year, and he did a lot of different inventive things, and that was a fun team to watch. So like I said, man, and people that I mean, it might have been more people at the Thursday night at the JV games that year than it
Right,
was on the Friday nights just to watch them
right.
kids. I remember I had just got out of the Air Force, just got back home to Clinton. I'm at the game on
Mm,
Friday nights, and everybody's sitting there talking about, "Hey man, have you seen the JV yet?" I'm like, huh?
yeah,
JV?
yeah.
I'm like, nah, not yet. Hey, look, you gotta go check them boys out. And I went. I think I went the next week, and I was like, good God Almighty, why these kids ain't on varsity right now?
Facts, facts,
But
facts.
yeah, definitely can't. Don't ignore the JV, man. JV just as important, man. So, gotta show them
Listen
kids
up.
some love.
Mr. Armstrong came up with a comment, and I can get that point. I can get what he's saying. He said it costs too much to replay JV.
So,
It's almost $1,000 for the refs.
so you gotta pay the refs
But
twice, even though the game wasn't finished. That's
that's
crazy
what
to
I'm
me,
saying.
though.
Do
That's
they get
crazy to
the full
me.
paycheck if
Yeah,
they
like
only
bro,
refereed half
like,
the game?
oh, hey yo, so what about like those games where it gets like called in the first quarter? Them refs get paid they get the whole paycheck for
That's
that.
what I
That's
want to know,
crazy.
bro.
Hey, look,
Mr.
I'm about
Armstrong,
to,
can you
man.
inform us of that?
Hey,
Mr.
let me
Armstrong, let us
what I gotta
know,
do to be a
man.
ref? What I gotta do to be a ref, man?
I referee every game that there's
I'll
possible
no,
lightning.
I'll volunteer to ref every game with inclement weather because I'm like, look, I only gotta be here for like a quarter or two. Get paid.
Or there's a lightning bolt that struck. We
That's
calling
lightning
that.
bolt. Dang, that's so
He
crazy to
said have
me.
to pay the rest twice.
That's so
Yes.
crazy to
That
me.
is
I
crazy.
didn't no, honestly I did not know that. I didn't know
Now
that.
$1,000, I ain't pocket watching, man. Well, I don't know if refs getting paid that much.
It's probably the whole crew together.
There's only really four of them, ain't there?
Was like four. That's crazy though. I just thought if the game didn't finish that there's some type of stipulation and they're like, hey look,
Mm,
we already paid for this game, so can y'all at least finish it? That's crazy.
right.
Well, I learned something new today.
I'm gonna
uh,
have to bet that, man. We gonna have to spit back
man,
on
that's
that.
crazy. Mm-mm-mm.
But
That's crazy. But
shout out
oh
to
yeah,
Hotman though, man. I want to shout out the young boys that came from our middle school team up to JV. I want to give them a little shout out, and also our middle
shout
school
out.
team. I
I'm
want to
about to
give them
say
a shout out.
Shout
I
out that
wouldn't
middle
even
school
shout
team because
out
that
Coach
middle school
Stevens,
team is
man. Like,
they
look,
do they
Racky,
do
we still miss you,
they
dog,
do they
but
do they doing their
they
thing right
holding it
now.
down. They
They
holding
they
it down, and it looks like it's going to be between us and RS. Roseburg Salenberg's middle school team is doing very well as well. Um, I'm so glad
when is
that
that
Hot
game
Dick got their
happening?
lick back against Sampson Middle, dog, because that was our
Oh
only
yeah.
game that we lost last year. We got our lick back, but now we got to worry about
Hey
RS,
look,
man, because I know
you
they want to
can't
get their lick back from last year.
you can't count out Samson yet. Now we might get to meet up with them again in the roundup, right?
And Zaire gone, man. We good. We
And look, it still took. Hey, look, I ain't hating, but it still took overtime for them to put Samson Middle away
true,
now. So
true, true. That is very
so
true. That's very true. But
hey,
if
nah,
I
but
don't know
shout out Coach
anything
Stevens, man.
else,
They doing their thing, man.
shout out Coach Stevens, man. Shout out to Coach Temple and the whole staff, man. My boy Jeremiah Lyon, boy. That kid, he continues to impress me. Milo is a dog over there too. And I'm proud to see how the eighth graders from last year transitioned over to the JV at Hopkins. I think that's why Hopkins JV has had the success that it's had. No offense to any of the incumbents that have returned to JV on that squad, but that influx from the eighth graders that they got from last year, man, has done well. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And they inherited some talent from that middle school, and that JV has been performing very well. And that's why I feel the way I feel about that game needing to be rescheduled because them boys legitimately are putting in work. I understand, like Mr. Armstrong said, you got to pay those refs and whatnot, but that's why you sell the tickets for, right?
Hey, real quick, man, for all our viewers, if you see a familiar face that just popped up on screen, we we got Brandon Blackwell joining us this morning. B, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just out here trying to put a little extra money in my pocket. I got a little break real quick. I said I got to hop on with my boy in case this is the last show for a while. You know,
Oh
can't miss out,
no.
man. I love this too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah.
Now, like I said, we were just kind of discussing we that first game kind of went to the Hopton East Bladen JV situation. Learned something new. I don't know if you knew this, but did you know if a game doesn't get finished when they reschedule, you got to pay the refs again?
I never really thought about it. Uh,
Right. Right.
so
I didn't know.
are we paying the rest by the hour? Like, is that how it goes? Because I've
Nah,
seen some
Supposed
sticky
to be per
situations
minute.
when they're paid by the hour.
I don't know. Apparently, they get paid, and then like if the game shuts off in the second quarter, and they have to reschedule, you got to pay them. You got to pay the crew again. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Mr.
So
Armstrong
in that
said yes. One
in
play
that
they get
case,
paid $109 per ref. It's crazy.
yeah.
$109
So
per
check it
ref.
out. I think if that's the case, if we won't like it how it was going with the set of reps we had, we get to choose a new staff of reps. Like,
I don't know, man.
like,
I don't know. Technically, they already been paid.
yeah, that's what, yeah, that's I mean, that's news. But if I was a ref, and I drove, say, some of these refs come
Yeah,
from,
true.
They
they
do.
try
They
not to
do.
get people from other, from the same county. So a lot of the refs are
Except
coming from
Lakewood.
2, 3 counties off. Yeah, well, there's exceptions to the rules. Look, look, look. There's exception. There's exceptions to the rules. Like we know, like uh, some of the schools that wear like blue and stuff, like they get they.
Oh.
Oh, shots fired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I ain't even playing. This might be the last show. Let's get it started. I don't even care. Like,
Hey, man, but look, Magic gonna pop up out of here out of nowhere, man. That's why.
man,
Like,
he gonna be cooking breakfast, screaming and hollering. Watch. Like,
Just don't get
hey,
popped by
look,
no grease, man.
nah, I'm gonna have to post that on the page since it's midway James Keenan week. I'm gonna have to post that
Mm.
clip on the page where Magic was. Imagine because y'all was giving him hell about that James Keenan game last year. Y'all gave him hell like every week about it.
Right.
He just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all did.
Hey, listen, man. You see, I've seen I can't remember the player now. I've seen an NFL player that I was watching the videos, and the coaches would always bring him inside when the weather was bad, and they would practice inside, and he was always throwing a fit. And he's like, man, we don't get to go play inside if this weather happens during the
Ray
game. Like he
Lewis.
always wanted to be
That's Ray. That was
who?
Ray Lewis. Ray
Yeah, there you
Lewis.
go. Yep, it was Ray Lewis. I watched so much of his stuff, and I wasn't sure if it was him or not. But yeah, that sounds right. But you could tell what schools spend their time if it's raining, they still gonna be out there on the field practicing, and they can handle situations like that. And I'm gonna tell you, that's what it boiled down to in that JK Midway game last year. It was pouring down rain. I'm talking about. Hold on, we're Backwoods podcast, right? Hold on, real quick. It was a frog strangler. You hear me? Like it was, it was coming down a frog strangler out there. You heard me? And them boys was playing football. One team could hold on to the ball and understood how to keep their feet inside their frame and stay upright, and the other team just did it, and it showed on the scoreboard from the start to the finish. I mean, it is what it is. And when you playing a ball team that's as put together as JK is, especially last year, like you can't
And they put
afford
together
you
this
can't
year
afford them.
too.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, last year, I mean, that was scary. They
Yeah.
were a scary good team last year, and if you made one mistake, you about
That
seal
was
your
it.
fate right then.
That was
Like,
it.
One thing Midway is gonna have to fix, and we'll go more into this on our later episode this week, but they gotta start containing that edge, man. Because that's how that boy from Princeton ran up them numbers the way that he did. As soon as
yeah,
he got off that edge
That
and
was
there
it.
was no contain on the
That was called.
edge, it was a track meet. Bro, he was running 40-yard dashes the whole night.
And
yeah,
that's
I mean, if you did that against them, JK got multiple that would do that against you.
oh yeah.
all
You
night.
That's
have to start taking care of that edge, man.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
I
that's what
mean,
that's what amazed me about that kid, man. The fact that he plays on all, because he plays special teams
He
too.
played both
I was
sides.
like, man,
Yeah.
I
He
was
the
like, by the
kicker.
fourth, I was gonna say, yeah, by the fourth quarter, the kid's got to be tired. He got to be gassed. And sure enough, in the fourth quarter, he's still breaking off. I'm like, good God
Right.
Almighty!
yeah,
Hey, look,
Sophomore.
hey, that
kid
kid
got a
only a
gas tank.
sophomore. That kid only a
Yo,
sophomore.
Brandon, BB, I swear to God, I told somebody on the sideline, I was like, unless they got an oxygen tank somewhere behind
They,
that stands, that boy about to get gassed out, man. And you
Yep,
can see at moments that he was. But then they bring in number three. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll
mhm.
bring in Parrish. Like, bro,
yep.
they almost had three different kids that had 100 yards apiece. I mean, over 100 yards.
I mean,
So
you gotta think just what you saw alone from the QB of like JK, man. Those kids like that, bro. Like when anybody on the field can do it to you,
yeah, that's the
you
problem.
you can't you can't afford that edge up. I mean,
Mm.
you hey plant a man on the sideline and say, hey, don't move unless you have to, but keep that thing inside. Like
Fact.
don't engage the wing, none of that. Just hey, be there, be big. If you ain't aggressive, look aggressive. Like at least make it think you'll come and get him. I was something, but keep him in.
Facts.
Do not let him on that
Just
sideline.
give them
Like
the
if he runs
illusion
you
that
over,
he's
make sure you
coming.
trip him. Something.
Oh,
Like
hey, listen. Hey,
Do something.
yeah. Hey, yo, B,
swear.
man. While we got you here, man, I want to get your thoughts on that Lakewood West Columbus game. If 'cause I know you was right there watching.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it was scary. It was a scary game
Mm.
because it shouldn't have been. Um, we were very
Mm.
low energy, and the last time I seen us low energy like that, they ate our lunch. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this game and I'm like, this is not the team that came out and played North Duplin. Like, if we played them the way we played North Duplin with that energy level and that kind of intensity, that game would have been over a way long time ago. Way a long time ago. We still wouldn't have been battling. late in the third and midway of the fourth, we'd have been comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We'd have had guys out there getting reps that just needed reps.
Yeah.
Now
Because
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
expect
say
that
that.
score to be that close.
Yeah, nah. I know I'm not gonna say that team's horrible. They're smart. They play some smart ball,
Yeah,
but
and they're
uh,
extremely they're pretty young too, from what I looked at the on the
Very young.
roster.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, coach seemed pretty smart. He was making adjustments, right regular. Like I mean, they were playing football. You know what I'm saying? They knew they were going to have it together when they saw us, and they played us. They played us well. And we just got a bad habit. I don't know. It almost seems like we played down to our competition.
Oh,
Um,
Okay, yeah,
and
I
okay.
got
and it's just like and even some of the guys come to me on the sideline and they were like, "Coach, we're playing down, man. We're playing down to them." And I'm like, "Get these boys up, man." I was like, "Y'all's energy's low." I was like, "I know it's hot, it's humid. Y'all were sweat through your clothes before the game started. Like, I get it." I was like, "But we
That's
got to
part of
come
the game.
alive, or we fixing to get upset out here, and y'all don't deserve that." You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's what those kids got to understand. They deserve more for themselves. They deserve more out of themselves. They deserve more out of each other. No
Right.
matter what's going on, you know, how far we had to travel, how long that bus ride was, whether we had to,
Mm.
be seen and not heard. The whole I don't know what the situation is, but when we step out on that field, it's got to be a party. It's got to come alive. You got to get the energy up, and y'all got to go out there and know that we're doing this for all the eyes on us, but we're doing this ultimately for ourselves. Like every single year, some of these guys are going to graduate and never have an opportunity to step out there on that field again. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Everybody
let
that
me
takes
ask
that
you a
field got to
question.
understand you playing for that man. Like make it memorable, bro, because you're gonna want your senior year to be memorable. Like go out there and
Yes.
play for each other. That's what it boils down to. You got to do it for your brother, man. Got to do it for your
Yes.
brother.
Maybe let me ask you a question because you alluded to it a little bit earlier about not having that same energy like they had against North Duke. Is that because and like you mentioned also about they're playing down to competition at that time, do you think that because they had such a chip on their shoulder regarding the North Dukeland game, they were more up and they're still riding that high from that victory? Or are they
Definitely,
trying to
definitely.
make that victory the standard? Because I've asked this question to a lot of teams. Is this the exception or is this the standard? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Are you just getting up just because of this game or can you guys do this every week?
yeah, and I think it's a little of both. We got some guys on that team that are seniors this year that are really craving. We were so close last year. We
Hmm.
were so. I mean, one game away from standing on the field with Tarboro.
Right.
And we still got some guys on that team. And of course it's mainly your seniors, but you got your juniors right behind them that are hungry for that, and they want to make a statement. And they remember last year how not only we lost against North Dublin that cost us our conference championship, but they remember how we were treated when it happened. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They remember how we
Mhm.
were treated during that game. They remember how we were treated afterwards and the exchanges afterwards. And our guys, for the most part, are a solid group of guys. Yes, they're teenagers, and yeah, we got
Devin
some
told
out
me there
there
was
that.
a lot of trolling going on after that game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Devin told
you
me.
know,
Shout out Devin Jones.
our coaching staff has been pretty good about kind of holding our guys accountable and keeping them in line. Talk on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Let that show. Like let that be your talk. What you do on that field. And
Yes.
I respect our coaching staff last year and this year for that, kind of keeping our guys out of the nastiness of it, I guess.
out of
Having
the
some class.
nonsense, that
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Like I
dog.
yeah.
said,
Teaching them to have.
that's why I had to give them a shout out last week, man. They handled it the right way.
Right.
Yep,
Everyone's not always gonna pick you to win. You know,
Facts.
yep.
but no,
So,
like I said, I hadn't. No boys did it. They handled it the right way.
but I think what you're seeing, like we prepared hard for North Duplin as our coaches try to prepare for every team we're up against. We're gonna miss the mark sometimes. It's just the name of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's games you can go out there and you can do it all right, and it's just not your day.
Right.
And there's days out there that you made a plan, and guess what? That other team made a plan, and now y'all standing on the field, and neither one of y'all ever seen what each other's doing before, and you're like, oh man, yep, it's gonna be a long night. We got to adjust on the fly. We got to make changes, and that's up to the coaching staff, man, to make the right calls and put our guys in the right position, and the right guys in the right positions to make plays. Um, it takes everybody, the kids win, the coaches got to take some credit on that. And the kids lose, coaches definitely got to take their licks on that too. It's a team effort, and that ain't just the 11 that get on the field. That's all the way down the sideline. Everybody involved in the program. So I think what you're seeing though, I think you're seeing North Duplin Lakewood rivalry become the standard of rivalries. I believe that's what we're seeing here these last couple of years. Like this thing is, I think Midway's big. Midway's always big because it's Midway. It always has been a big thing. We seen Clinton back in the picture this year, which was a big rivalry for, I'm gonna say, us 40 years ago. Some of these kids don't care nothing about Clinton, or they don't care nothing about Clinton or the rivalry. But for the community, it's a big thing. So we put a lot of weight on them guys with that. But I think what you're seeing is really this North Duplin Lakewood thing is, I think it's gonna be the one that really, really counts. Being that they're in our conference, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the staple. It's going to be the staple, and I see that, staying true for a while. Like I said, so I think it's a little of both.
Lakewood game.
Do I know?
I'm ready to see that Hopton Lakewood game.
Same, man. Look, I'm ready to see it all. You know what I'm saying? I'd be lying if I say I don't pull up to the field nervous this year, much more so than last.
Yeah.
Not that I don't feel like we're as good of a team. I just know where we're at. You know what I'm saying? I know we got some youth in some places that I wish we didn't, but it's the name of the game when you play high school ball. Kids graduate, they move on. Somebody's got to step up. Same thing with coaches. Coaching staff changed last, 3 years. Coaching staff has changed. So, we even got some youth in some of those areas too. Our main offensive coordinator, this is his first year really in charge of a offense, of a varsity offense like that. So can't expect perfection from him. He deserves grace and room to learn just like anybody else. Defensive coordinator's been in the game a long time. Things have changed. He's trying to make adjustments and make changes for our guys and make sure we're in the right place before these games. As long as he's been in, he's still not going to get everything right. He's got his son out there coaching now, working with some of our guys in the secondary. He's well versed in football. He's a younger guy, a little more relatable to the guys, and they seem to like him. He's a little bit tough, but they understand he's passionate about football, and his excitement is passion. It's not anger. It's not, it seems like he's real big in making sure these guys, get an opportunity. As long as they're doing their job, he understands that they're not perfect. They're going to get beat. They're going to miss a call. They're doing their job. He wants them to play ball. And I think that's huge because a lot of coaches don't realize that. You see certain kids get multiple opportunities, and then certain kids, one mistake and it's off. Yeah, let them settle in, man. Give them a little minute. You watch NFL, man, you still got people making, 60, 70-yard runs to the why? Because somebody missed their call. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So somebody won't in the right place, so you can't hold them to a standard of perfection when you can watch plays like that NFL happen on a daily. So
BB,
you got.
speaking of
Yep.
adjustments, man, the change at quarterback. When did that come about? What happened? What was the thinking behind that? Give us some insight regarding you guys making that change.
Oh
with
yeah,
QB.
I saw
Because we
that.
gotta acknowledge it, man. Like I was very high on Reed coming into the season and whatnot.
Yes.
I still believe in the young man. He's only a sophomore, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still high on him, but I just wanted to know. We're not trying to ask for all the secrets and stuff that's going on in the coaches' room, but like, just give us a little insight on what led to the change.
So basically, what you got going on there is you have Reed who plays multiple positions on the field.
Mhm.
He plays both sides of the ball. He's typically our starting quarterback, and he also starts at safety. You'll even see him come in. We run some packages that end up putting him at receiver. Um, he's an athlete. Um, yeah, he held solid for us last year at quarterback. He came in at freshman, and he settled into a place. The guys learned to respect him, and he led the team well. What you're looking at this year is we have two solid quarterbacks, which hasn't always been the case for us.
Right.
But we do. We have two solid quarterbacks. One's a little more aggressive and a little more, take it on himself and go to work. Very excited and into the game and just high energy. The other one is calm, settled, reads the field, plays the ball, but also doesn't mind, striking out,
Which one's
and
which?
carrying the ball itself. So we all know who Reed is. Like Reed's the one that's
Okay.
going to put his head down, lower your shoulder, and come at you. He's definitely going to. Burrows is very much more calm, doesn't mind settling in the pocket a little bit and looking for those receivers. Not that Reed can't do it because he can, and we saw it last year. He's just a little more. He's how do you say it? His rubber bands are stretched a little tighter. He's ready for action. He's ready to go. He wants
Yeah.
to make it happen right this second, and so that's what you're seeing. We have two very good quarterbacks, two with different styles of play. So depending on what we're up against and what we're looking at, they complement each other very well. They work together well. We can kind of swap those two out and still make stuff happen on the field. And the more reps they get, man, the better they're gonna get and progress throughout the season. So honestly, I love seeing them getting reps like that. I love seeing both our quarterbacks on the field because anything can happen. And then
Yeah.
late in the season,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? We got some versatility. We got something to work with back there. So
Yeah.
I actually am proud to see it, and I compliment the coaches on that decision, making sure those guys are getting reps like that. I appreciate it. I'm glad to see it.
And what they say is the most important position on the football field, the backup quarterback. 'Cause you never know. Hey, look,
Right.
I've seen horror stories with the two quarterback system, but I've also seen it work very very
Yeah.
well, especially when you got two guys that can really like you said complement each other pretty well. Like I think back to Clan a couple years ago, Payson King and Blake Smith, and we would just
Oh
interchange those
no.
guys, and it worked out. It worked out pretty good, and I also seen it work out bad. I want to say it was a Southwest Oslo team a couple years ago that kept on trying to switch the quarterback, and it just didn't work out good. But
You
like I
know,
said, I'm glad you talked about that, man, because I was curious because the North Duplin game that was Burrows that threw the touchdown pass, the game winning touchdown pass. Because I was
mhm.
watching it on film, and is that? I was like, who's number 30? And I
Yep.
was like, did I miss something? I was like, did I miss something? But okay,
So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Burrows. I've watched Burrows play since Rick Ball. His dad is Brandon Strickland. He's a coach. He's been a prominent supporter of our school systems and stuff around the area for a while. And I watched Burrows. Um, Burrows has always been a we guy. You know what I'm saying? It's never been about him. He's. I watched him stand on the sideline many seasons, and he's the loudest one on the sideline cheering for his teammates. He's the one always turning to the crowd, trying to get the crowd on their feet to cheer for his guys. He's the first one to check on somebody when something happens, whether it's an injury or a bad play in the game, the loss at the end. He's one of the first ones there to put his arms around his guys and tell them it's okay. We're going to come back and we're going to get this. Whether he stepped on the field that game or not, like he's the same. He wants it for everybody, and you know he led our JV squad last year. Our JV squad did very very well last year, and he led them, and he was on the sideline for our varsity games as well, dressed and ready to go if he was needed. Um, it's so to see him step into that role and get some reps in and get out there and not just get reps in, but get quality reps in and actually perform well at that
Shit,
varsity
game
level,
with a
man.
touchdown.
It's
Game with a
it's his
touchdown.
it's his turn, man, and I'm honestly glad in my heart to see it his turn because he's clapped for everybody the whole entire time. I
Now it's time
mean,
for him to get
so,
his flowers.
hey, I love and respect that kid and their family for that. You never heard him pour mouth, never,
Yeah.
never. I mean, he's always about his guys, man, and that. I mean, to me, that's a leader, and I tell my kids the same thing. Even my daughter, she's the captain of the volleyball team at the middle school, and I told her, being a leader ain't just when you show up to practice and when you show up to the game. You have to
I'm
lead
gonna be out there
always.
next week. I gotta
Hey,
write a
come
story
on.
on y'all next week.
Hey,
Be out
come on,
there.
man. And speaking of the middle school, though, shout out to our RS football team as well, man. They just shut out
Okay,
two
so
teams in a row.
look. You're
Huh?
right. Yo, Chris,
Yeah,
can we pull Coach Stevens up here so we can talk about it?
Yeah. Hold on real quick.
Because RS, I know I already know it. Okay, it's RS versus Hopkins. That's the championship. That's the
yeah.
championship this year. I know that Chris said earlier, still don't sleep on Samson Middle and whatnot. And we ain't slipping, but Zaire ain't out there no more. It's RS versus Hopkins this year. That's what I got to feel. I just want to hear uh, Coach Stevens' input. You know what I mean? Because Coach Stevens, he's had to go through some stuff. This year with losing Josh Rackley, going out there to Heralds and stuff, and he's taking over play calling back again as um he's been doing a great job with them kids, man. Like like we was nervous dumping off a lot of those eighth graders that we dumped off last year, but we had a tremendous amount of seventh graders last year that contributed to that team, and they all have like stepped into their roles and stepped into their leadership roles, and like we hear them. And when we
Right.
beat RS last year, it was contested. It was
That
not easy. It
honestly,
was a tough game.
honestly, there ain't
Hey,
many that didn't beat us last year.
hey, hey, real quick. Hey, Coach Stevens, if you're listening, I just send you a link. Just hit that link, and I'll let you in.
But I will say, last season was not a great season for RS. We had Coach Mosey take over that year as the AD. First year, coaching football like that, he jumped in, tried to pull as many hands together as he could to have a coaching staff. I think we had Justin Register out there, which he's coached a little football. Um, Biggest thing with him is kids respond to him well, so that was a big help. Then we had
Mm.
Coach Bethea come out. I mean, just anybody that could chip in and help with that team, they were trying to chip in and help. They had a mentality issue last year, really, with a lot of the guys. Had a lot of them that just couldn't keep themselves out of trouble.
I
Um,
remember a touchdown getting called back because he was like taunting and stuff and
mhm.
whatnot, and that
Yep,
could have changed. That could have changed the whole game.
yep. So we had a lot of those guys come over to the high school this year. And honestly, a lot of them were on the JV squad, and several of those kids they quit early before like the first game or right after the first game. Like that's a mentality thing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to coach that. You either want it or you don't. You want it
Right.
bad enough to do the right things everywhere else, or you don't, and you can't fix that. And I think when they got there to that high school culture, they're held more accountable. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like they do something wrong, like it's made known. Like your whole team is suffering because of your decision. Like I
Right.
think a lot of them guys were like, "Yo, like well, this ain't for me," then, and just kind of bowed out. Um, I will say I'm excited to see Coach Matthias back coaching them boys over there.
Mhm.
And let's see, we got Chris out there coaching. You got Coach Mosey, his second year in there. Um, I'm really excited to see what they've done with the program and this group of kids that they got. They seem to have their heads on right and they love football. And I'm excited to see what we're going to pull over from them, next year.
Coach
Real
Stevens,
quick,
what we
we got
gonna
Coach
do
Stevens with
about
us.
RS and Hunter? Let's go, Coach Stevens in the
What's going
building.
on, country?
Hey, appreciate you hopping on with us, Coach.
Appreciate y'all having me on.
So we was just talking about middle school ball, and like me, all of us who sit here at Buck Streets, we want to make sure that we highlight the middle school kids just as much. They deserve their recognition. They go out there after school every day, and they bust their tail at practice too. They deserve recognition just as much as varsity and JV do. They deserve to be acknowledged for the hard work that they put in.
Oh yeah,
You guys had a great win against Midway this past week. RS has
Yeah,
had undefeated season going right here. You know what I mean? It's kind of looking like between those two middle schools, kind of like
they on the
how
collision
Hopkins and
course. They on the
Sampson
collision
Middle
course.
was last year. Sampson
yeah,
Middle was the only team that took down Hopkins last year, and now RS is looking like there's Sampson Middle from last year. You guys got a big matchup coming up here. What are your thoughts and what are your feelings
yeah.
with this coming up?
It's gonna be pretty tight. Let's see, we got Union this week, and then we're
Mhm.
open, and then we play RS the following week. So it's gonna be a barn burner. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game because for the past, I mean, they ended up being scored but like 16 against Clinton, but they put 30 up on Midway. The team is starting to come together because we're running two types of offenses. 'Cause I was talking about two quarterbacks. I've got two quarterbacks and I run the air raid and the power offense. So you never know what I might bring to the table, you know. And one my dog Milo, he's the power
That's
out
fine.
offense, and Sawyer with the air raid. So and my receivers, and I switched my one of my linemen to a fullback. So he's like Davon Boykin. He's like
Yeah,
190 solid. I mean,
the
so then I
biggie.
got Cam on my power back, and then Jeremiah my tailback. So we've been averaging like maybe 8 9 yards a carry. So we smash them in the mouth pretty good. So that'll be a good ball game.
Big deal,
Man, he
BB.
make me want to buy
What are
my
your
ticket
steps?
now.
Look, if people don't know, man, them Wednesdays get lit, man. These middle school kids are balling, man. They're
Oh
Oh
balling.
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys got a couple of halfbacks over there at RS, man. Like they kind of remind me of Jeremiah, man, because they're multifaceted. They can smash or they can dash,
yeah.
all in one package.
Last year when we played them, we had to go into overtime. We won in overtime, like I think it was 36-33, I believe it was. And
Hmm.
that was a ball game. But we had to come back against them because they let run the ball, and their quarterback was pretty solid and everything. We can't let them get out in the flat, so they like to run it. So you got to keep it in tight. So got two new coaches this year. Ronnie Daughtry, he used to coach my brother at Rec Ball, and then also Fonzie Phillips, he used to coach my brother at Rec Ball too. So we all been putting it together and working with the kids, and they're all excited and everything with this season. So 'cause we got a squad that can show out. So they're all excited, and they're like, we tell them, work at practice, but Wednesday your reward day. Go out there. We can't do it for you. We just got to get y'all ready. So they go out there and put it on the field. So they're excited.
Ronnie Daughtry used to be a dog out there in the Midway area, if I'm not correct.
Don't talk about Midway. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. He did. He did.
Oh man.
But it's kind of amazing though, because I was looking and I sent you a message that it's wild that I want to go back and look, but I think this is the first time that the middle school and the high school is playing the same team in the same week. We
Yes,
got
sir.
Union Wednesday, and then the high school got them on Friday. So it's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
pretty
Oh yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and everything.
Coach Stevens, can you speak towards how do you bridge that gap between getting the kids from middle school, especially eighth graders, looking at the eighth graders that you had last year and how they're thriving on JV this year, having that continuity with the high school team. How do you guys work on bridging that gap between getting them ready for middle school to go over to high school? You even have a couple of freshmen that are on the varsity team
Yeah.
that's just
Um.
straight skip JV. How do you work on keeping that continuity between the programs?
Well, you got to, with the middle school kids, some of them like, they they're trying to mature, but then they're they're trying to do so much at one time that they like really get down on themselves. So as more as a coach, you got to be like a big brother or father figure, and say, relax, it's going to be fine. Just hey, just let it go. On to the next one. Name one person that's perfect. That's the man upstairs.
Yes,
Just keep
sir.
working at it. And I tell them, they'll get on YouTube and go home and watch your play, watch your position, and then just stay active. And I always told me, like what Coach Britt used to tell me in high school, all you need is 3 yards and good things will happen. And that's all I ask for. And they get out like 3 or 4 yards to carry, and all of a sudden Jeremiah bust one. And then, or my fullback will bust one. So it's all in, making them have fun at practice and everything. I let them hit like on Monday a little bit each other, not a lot, because we don't need to hurt each other, but a little trash talking with each other. And I'm like, okay, now you take that trash talk and carry it to wins, and stuff like that. Not like, oh, I'm gonna get you with this and that and other, but like, okay, I can do this. We got this. That type of momentum. Because I told them, I had 24 eighth graders on the team this year, and I told them, so y'all got a gift. You just got to believe in yourself and don't give up. Uh, because the way the world is today, um, you just got to stay motivated, active, and just go out there and just have fun. I mean,
Yes,
that's what
sir.
I tell 'em.
Before any of y'all run off with this, write your question down because I've got a clap. Man, that's why you're so successful. That's why these kids love football and they're showing up and they're playing ball for you. I'm gonna tell you something. To play for a coach that has that mentality, that big brother or father figure mentality, that I believe in you, that I support you, that I got your back, that hey, you made a mistake, this is how we fix that mistake. Hey, I know you got this. Get back out there and show me. Like that right there is those are the coaches that kids want to run through the wall for.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
Facts.
and I've been stressing that a lot. You know, I got a small little platform that I talk a lot and I post a lot about coaches and stuff like that because I watch how kids respond to different coaches and different coaching styles.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, like, if you ever want to know if you're part of the problem, watch how the kids respond to you versus the other coach or another
yep,
coach, or if somebody comes in and corrects a behavior or corrects a technique or whatever it is, watch how the kids respond. Now,
yeah,
if you step in and you try to make that same adjustment or same call, and you get a bunch of pushback and flack, you might be part of the
Yeah.
problem. It's
Right.
because those
yeah,
kids don't feel that relationship. They don't feel like you believe in them. They feel like you just
yeah,
holler for results.
Right.
And and I tell people, like growing up, I had God fear respect for my grandfather. Like I didn't want to disappoint that man for nothing in the world. You know, I put him on a pedestal. If I was going to disappoint somebody, I want to make sure he was the last one I disappointed.
yeah,
And because of that, I walked a little tighter rope than I probably would have, when my granddaddy was living. Um, but now I had other people in my life, like maybe my brothers or just say uncle or something, that they catch wind of me doing something crazy. They just want to scream and holler, act crazy, and get in my face and treat me some type of way. And the only thing that was going to do to me
That really
is
don't correct the problem.
look, I'm just going to act right when you're around because I don't want to hear your mouth. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Oh yeah,
but now I'm gonna act right all the time because I don't want the news to get back to my grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Oh
and
yeah,
it's the same thing with coaches. If that kid doesn't want to let you down, he's gonna go out there and give everything he's got every single time. Where if he's just out there trying to perform so you'll shut up,
yeah,
you're
And
not
doing
gonna
it out
get
of
the same
obligation.
result. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Out
out
of
there playing
obligation.
nervous. They're out there in their heads playing nervous because they don't want to hear your mouth when they step off the field. They don't want you
yeah,
to embarrass them in front of everybody. And so they out there playing tense and tight and nervous and just trying to do what they can to not get screamed at or not get hollered at. It's a totally different culture and a totally different
Right.
coaching style. And to me, that rah 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 is 50 years
yeah.
ago, man. That
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
people are not responding to that no more.
I ain't
A
gonna
Yeah.
lot of
say no
these,
names, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but
me neither, because
I
I'll
have
be
seen it
blackballed.
firsthand. Like a kid will shut down all the
Oh
way
yeah.
Yeah.
because he's
Hmm.
scared of the critique and scared of the reprimand that he's about to receive from his head coach. Now,
Oh
one
yeah.
thing that I can
Oh
definitely
yeah.
say about Coach Stevens, and I'm giving you your flowers, Coach. While you here, man, you have one of the
Yeah.
most calmness demeanors, and you always exude nothing but positivity into your kids. Whenever a
I
kid
appreciate
does mess up, this is what he do. You know how a lot of coaches they'll yell right in front of the whole rest of the team and kind of like embarrass him low key because he's getting yelled at in front of every other student. Coach Stevens said, "Come here, sit right here," and you can't even hear what they're saying because they
Yep,
talking directly one on one. He's giving one on one cancel instead of embarrassing him and yelling him and berating him in front of the whole team. He's bringing them close to him and teaching them personally one on one. That's a
I
big
exactly.
mean,
And
deal.
we
I
watched
told
another
my kid,
coach.
I told my kids, like if I look like I have a mean look on my face, just all the time, born like that, but I'm not mad. But I tell them that if I give you that look, and I'm not mad at you. I believe in you and you can do it. I just need you to go out there and produce it because I know you can
That's right.
do it. You know, and they're like, okay, coach, I got you. So they go out there and just I was like, you ain't got the. I mean, um, so I like my kids. If I got a kid that gives 110%, another kid gives me 105, the 110 is gonna start, but the 105 is gonna come on the field also.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
110 is gonna start bigger. But I'm not gonna like, okay, you're not gonna play because I got a guy that's 5% more better than you are. No, that's why I got two quarterbacks set because both of them are gifted. So I mean, they might run the same offense at the same time. I might switch them out, but then I might switch up the play or the offense, and they just go at it. They just give it all. They just give it all. They don't argue. I say, hey, Saul, let's run air raid. Milo, let's run power. Okay, coach, we're going to do it and get it done. And the other kids are backing him up. Uh, I got a matter of fact, I got a little kid now. He's a seventh grader. We went down to Midway. His name's Van Williams. He's my third string quarterback. Hey, but he's a short little joker, and I ran the keeper, and he got popped. I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah, I
I killed
saw
the
that. I saw
quarterback."
that.
He got up and shook it off and like, "What's the next play, coach?" I'm like, "Oh my God,
Right.
that's." I said, "That's what I'm
That's
talking about. Let's get it.
that's
Let's go." You
yes,
know,
sir.
so
Yes,
that's what
sir.
kids like that. They want to give it all because they want to play. They want to
Yes,
play, and
sir.
I wish that I can play everybody all at one time, but you got to put the best on the field first, and then you go down the line.
Yes, sir.
And they
That's
understand
right.
that. They understand that. So, um, I just try to uh, I be at the store in Newton Grove. Kids don't even play football. Hey, there's Coach Stevens. There's Coach Stevens. Hey, Coach, they come give me a fist bump, and the parents be like, "Thank you for all you do," because in the community because all my kids are grown and everything, but I'm still out there with their kids, doing stuff,
Your
to help
son
them
was a
out in their
dog
future.
too, man.
Yeah, he was. He was. They're playing
Your
defensive
son was a
end.
dog too.
Yeah, he was. He was.
You
But
was a dog. Hold on. First
No,
of all,
no,
don't
yeah.
let me just get this.
They
Forget it. Don't know who we got in here on this pod right now. All right, that man right there was a dog in the line. Like, bro, you play fullback, right, coach?
I played fullback in high school. Yeah,
And
I was
run through
240,
you.
two
I've
forty playing
heard the
fullback.
stories.
Oof.
I heard the stories. He will
Oof.
Yeah.
run through you. They said.
You stand
Yeah.
in front of 240 if you want to.
Yeah.
In high school, a
Yeah.
240 fullback. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
That
Like,
year, that year when Lakewood was good, when they had George Williams and Dana Bryant and all them,
mhm.
we played them, and one of the assistant coaches I knew him, and I was like, man, I didn't have that many yards that night, and I was like, man, y'all put something on me because I was sore. He's like, the coach said, I don't care, 25 got to go to the bathroom, I want you to hit him, and they put something on me that night, boy, and I'm like, man, you know, I was like, dang, yeah,
Oh man.
uh, and so I try to tell my kids. That's another thing too. I told my kids um, when they've tried for position because when I was in high school, um, Albert always told me I would never play fullback for the varsity football team because I was I was big, like 240 and everything. He wanted me to play lineman. I was like, no, I'm gonna play fullback. And we went down to Midway and I was 13 nothing, and that's when George Tatum was a sophomore and was playing quarterback, and Al Peacock was a senior and went back to tailback. Well, after that game, he swapped it up and said, "All right, here's your time to shine." So I played fullback and never gave it up. So you never say what you can't do because you just
Yes,
got to
sir.
keep working at it. And I tell
Yeah,
my kids that
speaking.
all the time. You know, so
I was gonna say we've seen two coaches in the last couple of years with the same mentality like Coach Stevens, and that's Coach Oates up there at Union,
Yes,
and
sir.
I was
then you
about to
got
say,
you
man.
yeah, and then you got Brandon up there who I watched Brandon coach a couple of games, and I already kind of know Brandon's style anyway just from getting to know him. Um, Brandon is very encouraging, and he believes that every time one of those kids come off that field or the unit comes off the field, just swapping between offense and defense, he believes in taking his guys and coaching them up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But one of my
yeah,
favorite things about Brandon is you'll hear him ask the guys, "What are you seeing? You know, what's happening?"
Mhm.
He lets them
yeah,
know, like, you're in the game, playing the game. I'm coaching from over here. I need to know what you see and what you feel so I can
yep,
keep an eye on it, so I can make adjustments. For them kids to know that when they step out there on the field, you've got their back, not just on the
yeah,
sideline, not just at practice. Like, that's important. And then you got
yeah.
Magic out there who's high energy, very excited, passionate about
Very
ball.
high, man.
Like, yeah, now that's hey, his rubber band tight, tight. You
Hey,
hear me?
look,
Like
look,
his rubber
Steven,
band is tight,
that was
tight.
that dude that
But
was up there doing jumping jacks on the sideline last year for Union. He was like,
yeah,
hey, hey.
yeah.
That's magic, boy. That dude is
But
a live wire. But he
Yeah.
yes,
passionate, like you
and
said, BB. He passionate, man.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when you have that on the sideline, so I mean they all complement each other so well. You got them bringing the energy. You got Coach Oates with his wisdom and knowledge
Yeah,
and his ability to speak not just to those kids but to their hearts. Um,
Oh, yeah.
man, look at what they're doing with the program. I mean,
yeah.
last
Yep.
year, I mean to this year, look what they're doing with the program.
Good job.
We saw Coach Hope come into Lakewood last year
Yeah, yeah,
after some down years. We finally had a decent season. Went third round, got took out by the team we just played Friday. And then Hope came in and completely rewrote our culture.
yeah,
And it was
Yeah.
all based on accountability, do the right thing, and he believed in those boys, and he let them know that he loved them and he believed in them. He trusted them. There was kids out there that other coaches didn't get the time of day that he looked at them and was like, "Nah, I seen something in you, and we're gonna pull it out." And just because he said they could do it, they did it. You know,
Yeah.
mhm,
um, and that's what I was getting at. Coaches that coach like that go a long way in these small areas like this. For the simple fact is, these kids here they can't so much. Like
Yep.
Coach Stevens, even from back, probably when you were playing school ball, everybody, oh, you can't go nowhere from out here. You can't do this. You
Yep.
can't do that.
I
We
hear
always
him.
tell these kids what they can't do, man, and then y'all expect
Yep.
them to do something, but you
Yep.
you bred them into I can't, you know,
Yep.
and and we know a lot of these small communities are broken communities, and these kids, you might be the only good job they hear today. You might be
Yep.
the only I believe in you they get this week. You know, um, you might be the only person that's standing on the sideline that they want to please because nobody
Yep.
else shows up. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you understand that and you speak not just to these kids and their athletic ability, but you speak to their hearts and you appeal to their heart and you
Yep.
allow them into yours,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
it's
They'll run through a
untouchable.
wall for you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
untouchable, man. It is
It,
untouchable.
it
I
is. It
mean,
really is.
so thank you, man. It's an honor to get to know you and to hear you speak. I appreciate you hopping on here for real. Yeah,
I
it's a
appreciate y'all.
blessing
I
this morning.
appreciate y'all and everything. Like um, when we go, like I do for the kids, for instance, like we have like each year we have a fundraiser, car wash fundraiser. I mean, there people don't even get their car washed; they just want to like here's a
They just
donation
come
for
and
the
get
kids.
money.
And what it
Mhm.
is like I'll kids about it, their shirts or whatever, this and that and the other. Just stuff that I was like, hey, I want to get this for the kids. I don't have to go through just go somewhere else. I can go ahead and get it and be done with it. And also give the kids um in the community something to do. Instead of sitting at home, they was like, oh man, I got to get up. Yeah, you got to get up, come watch cars at 7:30. Cause we did from 8 to 11 last Saturday. But it's better than sitting at home watching video games or staying up all night. Some of them stayed
Mm-hmm.
up all night anyway, but they hate to get up because I talked to some of the parents last night. They hate to get up. But they gotta, and they wash cars and everything, and stuff. They're trying to stay in the community, stay active, because the way the world is today, you want them to stay positive and not negative. I mean,
Yes,
no
sir.
matter what they do in life, you want them to stay positive and everything. So
That's
that's
right.
what I try to do.
One thing I could definitely testify to because I'm seeing it firsthand is that, and we're not gonna just say this about Hobby. It's about a lot of our local programs,
Yeah,
Lakewood included, Midway included, Union included, giving these kids that positive reinforcement to let them know that their time isn't being wasted. You are
yeah,
being appreciated. Your work is not in vain. Even if
yeah.
they're not starting, like Coach Stevens said, getting that little piece of playing time, getting a little bit of acknowledgement from your head coach or from your coordinator or for your position coach, whatever it is, just that acknowledgement gives them
Yeah.
a sense of accomplishment. It gives them a
Oh yeah.
sense like what I'm doing has a purpose. Somebody sees me, somebody acknowledges me, and I want to be
Yeah.
Mhm.
here. I want to be
Yeah.
told, give it, good job. That
Yeah.
little them 2 words, man. Those 2 words could do so much for a kid. Just telling a kid, good job.
Oh
That
yeah.
gives them a sense of accomplishment. It gives them a sense of pride. And
Yeah.
Yep.
I know each one of us as men up here can speak to this day as grown men. Sometimes you just want to be acknowledged and you want somebody to tell you, good job.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That
That's right.
that
Hey, look,
that
man,
that
it's
level,
turned. Hey,
man.
look, it's turning into a party up here, man. Look, we don't
Wait
talk.
a
Oh,
minute.
We
my
don't talk
Hold
dog.
about.
on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Speaking of good job, look at my boy over here. Brandon in
Hey,
the
we was
house.
we was
Oh.
we was having a church for coaches up here, and then here comes B.
And here we got another coach in the house.
hey,
We got
hey,
another
Pete,
coach in the house.
coach said, hold on, let me hop up here real quick, man.
Oh man, what a week, man! What a season! What a season!
Hey man. Hey man.
Been some good games.
Y'all was supposed to take care of East Columbus now, man. Come on.
Hey, okay,
Come on.
okay.
Come on. Y'all supposed to take I understand the circumstances and this
Nah,
and
that you know
that.
what? You know
You're
what?
supposed to take care of them, bro.
It's it really comes down to when you're a coach and you go out there and you prepare the weekend before practice, and you're doing what you can to get these guys ready for each game, right?
Mhm.
You can't coach want to. You can't coach intensity. We can't go play for our kids. That's
That's
like,
right.
you can prepare them all week, and that's like the stuff I post on my Facebook. Like my post today. Um the way you practice will expose you in games.
Yeah,
um
that's how that goes. That was good.
um I love our kids, man. We just got to get locked in. We got to lock in. That's all I can say.
Sir.
Because if
Man, you
y'all
Hey,
do
brought.
what y'all did there on Friday,
we
I hate to tell you, it's
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
a long night. It's
Oh,
gonna
and
be a long
oh,
night on
hey
Friday.
coach, hey
It's
coach,
gonna be a long day Friday. I'm in the building. I'm coming. That's
hey
game of the
coach,
week for us.
coach. I done told him. I told him Friday because we had practice Friday. Coach Oates told him. We told him if y'all don't come disciplined and ready this week, we got it on the board. You will be blown out.
I ain't gonna say too much. Coach Steve, I ain't
No,
gonna show
don't leave it
my
alone.
hand too
I
much. I
ain't,
ain't
I
gonna
ain't, I ain't
show
gonna
my
leave it
hand too
yeah.
much. I'm just saying. Hey, look, we know about #1 for sure.
Yeah.
I talked to Toby the other day. He already know and
Hey, look,
that's like
to
little
know
nephew,
to
man.
know
That boy
him is one
nasty.
thing. To know him is one thing. You still got to stop him.
You still gotta stop, man. I'm
He
nervous.
still.
Could,
I will
could,
say this: out of all the names we got for Tobias Cromartie, Tobias, Donkey, all that, he gonna get his yards regardless. I don't care what defense you got. Who we line up with. Scotland County found that out too.
they did. You touche. To be fair, to be fair,
Scotland, a 6A school, when they found out who Tobias was.
that's nice. But
I found out what he
but
was a couple of years ago. We played for the middle school game. Boy, he run out. I think he had like in both games he had over 200-yard rushing on this. And I was like,
yes, sir.
oh my god. I'm
But that
like,
just shows the
man,
work that that young man puts in, not just after school, but at home. You know, I mean, people can say what they want. Oh, he's a favorite. I don't care. If any child that's got a 4.2 GPA and they're out there putting in work after practice at their own home when nobody's looking, and he's in the
yep,
position he's in because of the work he puts in. If your child is not doing the same thing, that's your DNA out there on the field. Coach Oates always say
Thanks.
yep,
that's your
that's
DNA.
it.
You know,
That's fine.
these guys these guys got to understand there's more to life than video games and stuff like that. Because when I went to school, I mean, I had girls, girls and stuff, but video games, I wasn't worried about that. It's about the work I was putting in after practice. I wasn't
Thanks.
the biggest or the strongest, but the amount of time I put in film, watching
Right.
film, when I can line up and watch the offense come to the line of scrimmage and be like, oh, they coming B gap, they coming B gap, and have to watch them audible out.
All right, Luke Kuechly.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
that. That's that Luke Kuechly right there.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like these kids got to know if you want to be a successful program, you got to put the work in, and you can't come in there and because you beat Spring Creek and Lejeune, they're both 0-5. You're supposed to beat the brakes off them.
Mhm,
Mm,
yep.
hey, you said it. I didn't.
I mean, I'm a straightforward person. I'm very blunt, and that's what I told some of the guys. I said, y'all happy at two? That is that our pinnacle? Two?
Right. Right.
We can steal a couple of these games in the middle of our schedule if we come out and we play.
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks. And I want.
and
I
y'all
want to
got
see
the
a photo.
advantage. Yeah, y'all got the advantage because you underestimated. People are
Exactly.
overlooking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and
You
for
ain't
us
saying
that
that nothing I
know,
already told the guys.
right?
DB, you was
But
just talking earlier today about playing down, and like people would
yeah,
look at it, their schedule from last year and be like, "Oh, it's Union." You know what I'm
We
saying?
yeah,
Well, hey,
You was
hey,
exactly speaking about that, DB.
if you remember back when Hopkins won the state championship, they went in there and we playing Union. What happened? Union beat them 21-20. So and they realized you can't go in there underestimate a team, regardless of what
nope.
record there is. You cannot underestimate them because
You know,
they will come and show up.
we talked a lot on that last year. Because a lot of people were rip roaring about teams that they didn't think belonged in the conference.
Play.
Like
Yeah.
in championship play. And I was like, what do you mean, bro? Like, you got teams that are coming out here that are 0-2 and 0-3 and doing in teams that are, 10-0. And I
right.
mean, we saw upsets big time when we got down in in the meat of the things. And it was like, you just said that team didn't deserve to be here. And they're in the third round right now, or they're in the
Yep.
second round right now. They done took the head off a top seed because they were a bottom.
Yep.
So they got faced. You know what I'm saying? They got faced to be eliminated, and they came out there and played a level of football you ain't seen from them out of the entire season. Like
Thanks.
you don't never count nobody out, man. And like I was just speaking on before B jumped on, when you got people like Coach Oates and his ability to speak to those kids' hearts, not just their athletic ability, but speak to their hearts, appeal to their hearts, and encourage them and build them up. You got somebody like B that's interested in what these kids are seeing and feeling on the field and interested in coaching these guys up each time they step off and head back out. That's encouraging them and pushing them. You got somebody like Magic that's bringing that kind of energy and lifting them boys up like that. Like you don't know what to expect from a team like that. when you got a coaching staff that believes in their guys like that and lays it on the line alongside of them and got their back, not just at practice and on the sideline, but on that field, they know their coaches got their backs. Like, you don't know what to expect from them. You don't know what to expect from them. And if they play the level of ball that we know they're capable of playing, there's going to be some people get surprised by the U this year.
Uh, we preach everything you just said. B, we preach that.
Yeah.
Like it's like, guys, y'all have a chance to be really special. This like West Bladen, we played down to West Bladen. I mean, I don't know who stepped off that bus that Friday night, but that wasn't our guys.
Right.
East Columbus, I just think we got off to a slow start, and then the injury, everybody emotions were, you know what I mean.
That's what
Yeah.
I figured would happen.
Yes,
And
man.
then, and I'm not using that for an excuse neither, because I mean, East Columbus just really couldn't. You know, our defense got tired. You know,
Yeah.
when the defense stays out there, offense was having a kind of an off night, and they were struggling with the ball, and couldn't sustain drives, and defense got tired. So, but
East
you know,
Columbus ain't like that, man.
happens.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Them Gators down there ain't like that, bro. Somebody gotta say it, man. Look, Chris, man, I ain't trying to stir no controversy with my but East
Was
Columbus, man. They
okay?
have
Oh no,
they
like
have the
yeah,
kids, they have
they
the talent, man, but they just can't put it all together. I don't want to blame I don't want to put no blame on like coaches or what it is. Like they got kids that look like Tarzan,
Yeah,
but they play like James.
yeah.
I'm
Right.
confused.
I mean,
they got
Yeah.
man,
Confused.
they got the
East Columbus
athletes.
ain't like that. They got the athletes, but something about the whole way that it meshes together, they just don't put it all together, man.
If
That
y'all
that
played East
school that
Columbus, right? Y'all played East Columbus already. Hopman has.
Man, that should have been our homecoming night to be real with
East Columbus, all you heard all night
you.
was,
Oh,
I
the
mean,
current girls above it, above it.
like they have multiple flags because they're more worried about talking than they are about playing.
Right, right,
I mean,
it's
right.
a
once that team
discipline
learns some discipline,
issue.
there'll be a
Yeah,
real problem over there because they got
oh
that,
yeah.
like you said,
yeah,
They
number
got the
75,
athletes, man.
number 75, number two, number I mean the little running back, the quarterback. I mean
The quarterback is scrambling. He got some style with him.
yeah,
He got
yeah,
speed.
yeah.
That's the same stuff I was saying about the other Gators last year, Spring Creek. They when they showed up to the field, I was like, dang, these boys got some size on them. I was like, there's some good sized boys out here, and I was like, okay, we might have some football to play.
Yeah,
And it's
spring.
like, how do you have all that and
And
Kate,
not put it
like it
together.
don't come together? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how you like y'all were bigger than us and just show up and just it's just flat, man, just flat. And I'm just like I don't understand. Like, how do you have that kind of size and some of those kids that you had that obvious athletes and just can't bring it to fruition? Like I don't know.
I
I
think we
think that's
talked
what
about
like
this before.
yeah.
Like just from it comes down to coaching, man, and a lot of places like that have been down for so long don't really have the support that
Yeah,
so
Oh,
it's harder to keep. It's a revolving door of coaches. You know what I'm saying? And
I,
a lot
yeah,
of
I
coaches they might be there for a year or two, and then they'll because the support is not there because like I said the football programs always struggle. But like you said, they have athletes. But if you can get a coach that's willing to really settle in and establish a culture and that discipline
Yes.
and that
Establish a culture.
and for the kids just to have a coach that's going to be around for more than 1 or 2 seasons, I think that would help out. That would help tremendously. But like I said, it's really hard for those schools like Spring Creek or East Columbus or Jones Senior to get a stable coach that's going to stick around.
yeah.
Coach Stevens, don't go nowhere, man. We need
mm.
Hey,
you.
nah. Real talk, coach. I really appreciate you coming up here, man, and just listening to you talk. Like I said, I got a lot of Coach Mark Oates vibes when he was up here on the show and he started talking. I was like, okay, and you kind of remind me a lot of my old middle school coach, Charles Strickland, because just that like I said, that father figure, that like I said, that big brother type coaching style. So it started kind of resonate when you were talking, and just kind of brought back some
Yeah,
memories though. But
I'm
I appreciate you.
a few years. I think about 2 years ago, I met Coach Oates at doing the bus training, and kind of realized that I went to school with his niece and nephew, and and then we were talking. I was asking him, just questions because this is only my fifth year coaching, and he's been in the game for a long time, and I ask questions, like because I want to get better at doing this, and I ask, people who've been doing it longer, Coach, what do I need to do, to improve myself? He said, just be yourself,
Yep.
just be you,
Yep.
and I respect him a lot, because he's talked that them 4 days, he really gave me some insights on, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed to be a part of that coaching staff, man. Like the knowledge that I get to soak up from that 38 years of coaching, and he's coached in Florida, Lumberton, East Bladen, Clinton. He's coached in a lot of places with other, with Coach Priest. Um, he's coached with a lot of Coach Lewis. You know what I mean? He's coached with so many football minds. I'm just blessed. And then you got Coach Davison that's been in the game 25 years over there. Most of his was at Lakewood with Coach James Lewis as well, and
Hmm.
just sitting there being able to be a sponge to them guys. You know what I mean? And me being
Yeah,
a first year coach is just like being on the defensive side of the ball. Me already and me coaching my position, knowing my position, but being able to get that insight from them and the do's
It's a
and
cheat code.
don'ts. Huh?
It's
It's
a
a cheat
cheat
code.
code.
It's
Yeah,
a
you
cheat
know what I
code.
mean?
Like,
It really is. Like anytime I have a question, Coach Davidson's phone is open 24. It don't matter. He told me, he's like, call if you got a thought or anything, and then me being a first year coach, I didn't know that I would be a defensive coordinator for the JV. So they throwing me to the wolves,
yeah,
you know.
Baptism by fire, baby.
Yeah, you know
yep,
what I
yep.
mean? And like this week now they're wanting me to split up the practice times for my like what's indie and what's team and this and that. They're trying to get me in the ways of how they do things. That way, when I step out on my own somewhere, I'm prepared. And
Right.
being a part of this program, us teaching and coaching our guys, because it's more than being just a coach. You're a father figure, you're a brother figure, you're a coach and you're a teacher. More importantly, you're a teacher of men, but you're a coach of football players.
That's
oh
right.
yeah,
So,
oh yeah,
Look,
um,
oh yeah. It's just
it's
like
so
my two
important.
coaches. It's just like my two sister coaches. Coach Daughtry's in charge of defense and Coach Phillips in charge of special teams. They got that position because if I didn't believe in them, they wouldn't have had it because I didn't get the job done. I mean, I still, like, hey, we tweak it a little bit, but I leave it to them, because I know they've been doing this for a while, and I trust in them that they can get the job done. So I worry about the offense, and they worry about special teams and defense, and we all come together after practice or and talk, and this is what we're going to do, make changes, and it works out for the best. We don't argue and nothing like that. Everything just everybody's a big happy family. They're trying
oh
to make
yeah,
them kids better.
yeah.
And, and I go out and reward them. They be excited, especially on, I did it Thursday, but I used to do it on Tuesday. They get, if they score a touchdown, they get stickers and crossbones on their helmets. Oh, when they get them, boy, them kids are so excited. You thought they won the lottery. What y'all see putting them
Mhm.
stickers on their helmet, boy? I got this
I
many
like
now.
that.
I got this many now. So
Yeah.
they're excited when they get them stickers and crossbones to put on their helmet because they're like, oh yeah, and what am I get next week? And I try to tell them that. I said, how we gonna get next week? I said, don't tell me about it. Just do it. So they're excited
That's right.
and they got their mindset. Like, hey, I'm fit to fill my helmet up.
And see,
So
I
Yeah.
like the
Coach
culture we're
Stevens,
trying.
I definitely got to give you some props regarding your coaching style with your assistant coaches, because a lot of head coaches micromanage, if that makes any
yeah,
sense.
Yeah, but they
yeah.
don't.
They, you know what I'm saying? Coach Stevens, I can say working for you, um, he trusts his guys to do what they're supposed to do, and we all bringing together, like you said, like a big happy family. You
Yep.
know,
That's right.
um, when you
That's what
when
I
you're
like about
micromanagement and you're trying to tell the coach how to work with his kids, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's against his philosophy, it might not go the same way that it will go if the kids know that everything is amicable. He's being free. He's not doing something out of obligation. He's telling you what he truly wants to teach you because coach is giving you that free range to teach you. I'm not just telling you what boss is telling me to tell you. That makes me look like a pillhead. That makes me just look like, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
no, boss said that you gotta do this, but like, well, we can pick each other's brains, and you be like, I like it, run with it, do it.
Yep.
That's so freeing to a
Yep.
position coach
Yep.
because you're getting positive reinforcement from your head coach, and you're able to push that positive reinforcement into your kids.
Yeah,
So
Right.
No,
I,
no,
I, I, I
nobody.
gotta
No,
say, I gotta give you a whole lot of thanks, Coach Stevens, for being so open minded, man, and letting us do our job, letting us work.
it, it
I
it would
appreciate
be
you, man.
so hard to. It would be so hard to jump out there something you're so passionate about and love and feel like your hands was tied behind your back. Like, you
Thanks.
know, like, and so to have somebody to learn from and, to question some a mentor out there that wants to see you be you, wants to see your ideas, like that's important for anybody that I'm gonna say creates, because you are, when you're out there coaching football, you're creating, you know,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
you're you're building something, you're developing something,
Mhm.
and it's not. Listen, man, like one thing I've learned from coaching, and I've heard many great coaches say before, um, you're developing yourself just as much, you know.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of coaches say, "Hey, man, I know a lot about football, but what I'm learning, a lot ain't got nothing to do with football."
Oh my
You know,
gracious.
Yeah.
oh,
That's the
You know.
truth.
I mean,
Um. Yeah, and also, the some of the parents, they they be like, thank you for doing that, but like I stole it from another coach, but each year at the end of the season, the last game of the season, the kids' homework assignment is to go home and write a letter to their parents and
Yeah.
say thank you for taking the time out to come and see me play, picking up from practice. They have to sign it and bring it back. I've got a briefcase here that's full of for the 4 years I've coached now, that them papers where they've signed it, and thank you letters that they had the parents to write them, tell them thank you for coming, taking the time out off work to come and see me play, picking up practice. I love y'all for everything you do, and they have to sign it, do that every year, last
that,
game of the season.
that's awesome. And that goes back to one of the big things I always say. I look at coaching. I hope I don't look at it a lot differently than a lot of people, but I know I look at it a little differently than a lot of people. Is I look at coaching as a ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
coaching is just as much a ministry as it is going out there and coaching a sport. Um, which is why I appreciate you coaches that understand how to be a example to the kids, be a leader, be somebody that can lean on, not just about football but life. If we do this thing right as adults, and look at it that way, and look at it as a ministry, and let our hearts speak to these kids and these kids speak to our hearts. um
Yep.
I mean, it could be a really beautiful thing, man. um we appreciate y'all.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I even coach girls, middle school girls basketball, and sometimes it's hectic, but I'm also a big brother to them too, also, and they really enjoy it, and I do the same thing I do with the girls and the boys. I believe in you. Just go out there, just leave it on the court and everything. So regardless of what I do in football, I also care the girls basketball too, because they're out there as an athlete too, trying to get better at the game in basketball. So you got to, whatever sport you teach, you got to believe in them and make them better, make them believe in themselves, so they can go out there and produce 100%.
Thanks. Thanks.
Y'all made y'all
Chris,
picks for this week yet?
before I hop off, cause I got to get ready for a family thing, man. I wanted to give us a shout out there to Union High School. There's going to be a story coming out next week about their color guard and their JROTC. This ain't no spoiler alert or whatever, but like you guys are gonna have their color guard perform. They're gonna present their colors and present the arms at the Panthers Dolphins game on October 5th.
Oh wow.
That's
That
awesome.
is big, bro.
That's
That's
Oh
that's
big.
wow.
When
awesome.
when I went over to that campus and interviewed those kids, so I interviewed Sergeant Major Kozer. Like, man, people don't know what's over there like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes people think that Union and Harrells and the parts of southern Sampson County gets neglected, and they don't pay as much attention down there as it needs to get, man. But to go down there and to be able to do that article, you guys got some stellar kids down there, man. Not just in football, not just in volleyball and soccer. You guys have some stellar upcoming citizens, not just athletes. They're going to be
Yeah.
stellar citizens,
Yeah.
and I wish that for every Simpson County school. I wish that for all schools, period, in North Carolina. Like, bro, that this generation is up next, man. Like, who's going to take care of us? We
That's
have
right.
to pour into this future generation, man. And as coaches, like has been mentioned multiple times today about being a father figure, being a positive role model, all this stuff, man. Pouring into those kids, y'all don't like. I wish people understand the magnitude of how much that can change a kid's mindset from going a negative way, going a down way, to seeing a positive role model and be like, hey man, it's cool to be smart. It's cool to be positive. It's cool to show love. I,
Yep.
I love what I saw down there in Union, and I got to give a shout out to Clinton City Schools and Sampson County Schools, man. Like, we are really trying to change this trajectory and put this on the right way, man. When I saw the
And
community day at Hopton, they were introducing the new school to a lot of the members over there Thursday night. That school is gonna be.
Oh yeah, I seen the
I mean,
pictures. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
look,
That's
that
nice.
Oh yeah.
school, that school
Oh yeah.
gonna be nice. You know, what I mean, you think them kids are in a school that was built in like 1957. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
just having a new type of environment, I saw what it did with Midway. I saw what it did with Union. I saw what it did with Clinton. Like,
Yep.
sometimes when
maybe
you
one day
change
we'll
that
see what it'll do with
atmosphere,
Lakewood.
so well, you guys had a lot of renovations, man. So let's not do too much over there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all gonna get y'all probably y'all be next in line. You know
We
what I
we
mean?
we got some
Y'all
new
had a
mobile
lot of
units parked
renovations.
outside. We got some new mobile units parked outside. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Y'all
moving
ain't
up
got
the
as
world.
many as Midway
You
had,
know,
man.
it
Y'all
look
ain't
like
had
the
as
neighbor.
many as
It look like the
Midway had.
neighborhood out there now.
But y'all the only ones left though. Y'all the only ones
What?
left to get a new school now.
And we probably will
Yeah.
be left for a while, left waiting.
Y'all had the newest
But
school. Y'all school ain't that old. Y'all
Right.
school ain't that
huh?
old. So
Look, when I went there,
Midwood
my
is
tip.
not older than Hopton.
Look, I went there my 10th grade year. Oh, that was the only year I was at Lakewood. I went there my 10th grade year. I think it was like the second week of school. I leaned down on the water fountain to get some water, and the whole thing came off the wall. I said, "No, no, no! Somebody get me back home. I
Hey,
can't be here."
hey, honestly, hey, honestly though, I told Coach Oates the other day, I said I really wish we could play our varsity games at the old junior high school. It's just something different about that
Yeah,
stadium
The
over there,
nostalgia.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
nostalgia,
man.
man. Yeah,
nostalgia.
That culture when I played there was a whole lot different. You know,
yeah,
and it's like I told my kids, I was like, I can't want to play today more than y'all want to play. Like I want to put pads on today.
Nice.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Right.
that, and you know that's the thing we're preaching right now. When are we gonna turn the corner? When are we gonna
Mhm.
take that next big step? When are we gonna get that signature win to put Union back in a positive column so we can
It
start to
ain't gonna be
move?
Friday.
You know what I mean?
It ain't gonna be Friday. I'm gonna go
Oh
ahead and let
man,
you
oh,
know right now, man.
trash talking,
It ain't gonna, it
trash
ain't gonna be
talking
this
started.
Friday.
Hey, you
I'm
better
gonna
be
go ahead
careful
and
telling
let
them
you
Talking
boys
know.
when
started.
it won't be.
Uh
Hey,
oh,
hey,
Don't
hey,
uh
blame
oh.
me this
you
week.
can talk, but we're gonna talk with our pads. We'll see you Friday. We'll see you Friday.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Hey,
Let's go.
hey, look.
that
You know, I'm
that's
gonna
a
be
crowd I
there.
wouldn't tell them what they can't do. That's one crowd I wouldn't tell them what they can't do. Oh man, I tell them what
Yeah,
they
man.
ain't done yet, but I won't tell
Y'all
them what
know
they
it's
can't
all
do.
friendly, man. It's all friendly, man.
Hey, hey,
It's all
it's all
friendly,
good because at the
baby.
end of the game, he still gonna come out and give me that hug.
Oh
You
yeah.
better believe that. You know, hey, tell Manny to hit me up too. Manny told me, man, y'all boys, man, I love them kids over there, man. Like,
Yeah,
like when I was coaching track, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity that I had to coach track. because that allowed me to cross lines. When you coach track, every coach has to like judge an event, right?
Right.
And when you're judging an event, you're seeing all the kids, not just your students, not just your players. You're seeing all the kids, and to be able to
Mhm.
speak to those kids from multiple different schools, you build a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? You build a relationship with them kids. Like, of course, I want my Hopkins kids to do better than anybody else. But when I'm watching Manny high jump, when I'm watching Josh Fryer, who graduated last year, throw shot put, or Cam was my boy. Cam with that shot put, man, that boy can chuck that thing. It was always between um, Cam, my boy from Northern Duke, man, Trayshawn Ruffin. Them two would be going at it, throwing that discus and that shot put. But
Mhm.
I was just as much a fan of them. I was a fan of my kids, Steven Aguilar, Espino. Like, you blur those lines where it's not like, oh, I'm just loyal to my team only. I want to see all y'all kids be great, man.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah,
want to see
and
all them
that's
kids
beautiful,
be
man.
great.
And that's when you know you're in the right spot right there. Is
Right.
when you could think like that. It's hard for me to run into somebody like Tobias, or there was a couple of them other kids from Union when I went and watched them at the Jamboree. I ran into them out there, and they recognized us from the podcast because they see me up there with their coach. Um, but we spoke, and I got to encourage them and live. And I told them, hey man, I'm rooting for y'all every week except for the week y'all step on Lake
Right.
Winfield. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
That
fact.
that's the only week you don't get well wishes from me. That's the only week that I'm not your biggest fan. Okay, like other than that, man, I want to see great things from you guys, and I see that you're capable. Um, but I mean that's beautiful, man. When you can encourage kids from rival schools and your competition, you still want to like look. I want to beat you when you're at your best. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Right.
that same mentality. Like I want you to be great because then if we take you down, we did something great.
Right.
Like I mean, so it's kind of hand in hand. But you was talking about the changing the trajectory of kids' lives and stuff, man. And I was gonna throw in there like one of my favorite little quotes, and I just thought about it one day, and it's kind of stuck with me. I told somebody, I said, when you're a coach, I said you have the ability to change lives.
Yeah,
It's up to
facts.
you in which direction you send that life. It's up to you how you affect that life as a coach. So when y'all out there dealing with people's kids, man, y'all don't know their stories, y'all don't know their situations. As coaches, if y'all listen and think about that, think
You
about that.
know, that's the
Right.
thing. Like to be able to coach and be a great teacher at football, you got to know your personnel and what's going on not only in the classroom, but you got to know what's going on at their home life. I mean, you don't ask them because 9 times out of 10, when
They
you're
gonna
when
tell
you're
you.
being a good coach and a good teacher, these kids come to you without even asking it, and they'll be like, "Coach, I need to talk to you."
Facts.
You
Hmm.
know, you know what I mean? And that's when you get to know your personnel. That way, once you know what's going on in their home life, good or bad, and
Yeah,
what's going on in their daily life at school, you know how to coach this kid to 100% max. Because now you know
sure.
how to talk to him. You know, if he's a kid, some kids react differently. Some kids need you to yell at them in front of everybody to get them to do
Yeah,
what you need them to do. Some kids need you to, hey, hey, come here just a second, talk to you. You pull them off to the
Facts.
side, and you talk to them lightly in their ear. I'm like, look, I really need you to tighten up. You're missing this block, or you're not shedding that block good enough. This and that. I need you to get on it. They'll go back, and then boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah,
So, getting being on that level of coaching, you got to know your personnel, and each player on your team has got something different going on
yep,
Yeah.
in their life, good or bad. So and that's one thing I learned from Coach Oates, and Coach Register. Coach Register is a long tenure coach as well. He's been there. He
Yeah.
he, he was there when I played, and he was
right.
coaching then. So being around these three guys that's been here for 25, and 38 years, like I said, man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be in the position I'm at. Um,
Before you, man.
Regardless of our record right now, I'm still blessed because I know this is going to change. You
Yes,
give us
sir.
another year or two where these sophomores become juniors and seniors, we're gonna be having a different conversation on our record.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can
Oh
promise
yeah.
you that.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I just wanted to hop on here real quick, man. I seen Coach Stevens up here and Coach Goodman up here, and I
Yeah,
seen my brother
yeah.
Brandon up here and Chris up here in the Green Bay, repping Green Bay. You know we're gonna
Oh
take
yeah.
that dub
Yeah,
today.
yeah, we got Dallas tonight. You know.
But
oh yeah.
man, hey, like I said, good luck to Lakewood. Shout out to Lakewood for all their players hitting me up when Sabito got hurt. Anthony
Yeah.
Goodman checking in on them.
Well,
A couple Hopton players hit me on my inbox, checking on them, and probably don't even know the kid. So
I, I'm gonna tell you, man. We got a group chat. The parents, players, and coaches are in, and as soon as they found out that one of them boys got airlifted, that whole chat was nothing but, hey, please pray for him, praying for him, prayers up. Like for a solid 30 minutes, that group chat was just bing, 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 bing. I was like, good God, what's going on? I looked and I was like, oh no, you know. But I mean that's the type of guys we got, man. Like,
that's
he's a
what
good
it's all
kid, man.
about, man. That's what it's all about, though.
mm-hmm,
Like we were just saying, man. Just because your kid's not on my team, don't mean that we love you any
Right.
less.
Like
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 right.
like when like when
we
we found out
love
Reggie
y'all,
got
man.
hurt. When we found out Reggie got hurt, I was like, dang man, we got hopped in a couple weeks. I was I really wanted to play again. I want to see him
No,
Friday
you
night.
don't. No, you don't, man.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
He bounced back though. He
I
bounced back.
don't,
He all
but
right.
that's what I'm saying. Look,
He'll be
I don't want to
fine.
play Hopton when they down their best player.
All right.
Right.
All
And
right.
look, we also
I like how
Right.
you talking.
got to give a shout out to West Columbus, even though they weren't even playing Union,
That's true.
Thursday night, but they found out about it and they were sending their well wishes to the
Yes.
Oh
young
yeah,
man. So whoever runs that West Columbus page here, that they were definitely checking on them and sending their well wishes. So definitely appreciate them, the folks over there in Columbus County, for that.
yeah,
For
man.
real.
They treated our player great though, man. Their whole medical staff, the EMS, um, all that stuff. Initially, when he got hit, he couldn't move his leg or his right arm. They gave him something to ease the pain or whatnot and help him like doze off to sleep in the chopper. When he got to the hospital, I called his mom, and his mom was just like they're waiting on do the X-rays. They did a full body X-ray. There's nothing broken.
Good.
And then as y'all seen in the follow up video with our assistant AD Tiffany Dobbin, he's up walking around and
He
he's
was
just sore.
smiling.
Yeah, man, he's sore. He
Good.
really sore though.
That's good.
Hey,
But I
God is
mean,
good, man.
God is
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
God is
sir.
God is
Yes,
good.
good.
sir. Yes, sir.
It
So
could have
And,
been
and,
way worse.
speaking of that, I'm gonna give y'all another testimony since we're talking about God and Him being good. So a couple weeks ago, we had Red Springs quarterback Chase um, took a hit against St. Paul's. Um,
oh yeah, that was on
that
TikTok.
Yeah, they had to get him up out of there, man.
Yeah.
The original X-ray they did shows several fractures in his spine,
Mm.
up in the neck area. He was unconscious for several minutes. I'm gonna tell you, man. His dad called me. They didn't play 7-on-7 with them. His dad was coaching them, so his dad gave me a call, and we talked like the following day. And everybody was praying. Everybody's praying for that kid. Nobody wants to see nothing like that. And they did end up doing a second X-ray. The doctor wanted some more X-rays. They done some X-rays, and all the fractures were gone. Like,
See, look at
they
that.
showed multiple fractures in this
Yeah.
in this kid's spine, and when they did the second set of X-rays, there was one small fracture in a vertebrae that I guess there's an extra vertebrae in your neck that doesn't really matter. You don't really need, like, you're good without it or whatever. It's a really small fracture, and that was the only thing showing. And his dad said, man, he said, the doctor said he's never seen anything like that before in his life, that he don't know how to explain it. And I said, that's only explained by the hand of God.
Woo.
There
I
ain't
said,
nothing but
God laid
God.
his hand on that child. I said, everybody was praying, man. I said, you know what it says when we come together and we pray, hey, our prayers are not in vain, man. When you pray, you don't say one single word in vain. God hears everything you say, and
Yes,
power of
sir.
prayer is real.
Oh
And
yeah.
if you don't
Oh yeah.
believe it, hey, I tell you what, call Chase's dad and ask it,
Yes,
because
sir.
God put His
That's
hand on
amazing.
that young man.
That's amazing.
I believe that in every bit of my heart. Um,
Yes.
and while I got y'all's attention, I see Coach Bethea still in the comments. I'm gonna say something. We've been talking about good coaches and stuff like that. I actually spent a little bit of time out there at one of their practices, and he impressed me the way he talks to them kids, encourages them. He knows how to speak to each different one, and I was glad to see that. But one of my favorite things I saw at that practice, I actually went up, shook his hand, and thanked him afterwards. He was telling the kids something and he got it wrong, and the kids were correcting him. They went back and forth for a little bit, a second, and then he said, "Oh, hold on, y'all right? I owe y'all. Y'all know that man dropped down and hit push-ups right then because that's what he would have expected of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that man hit the field, knocking out
It's leading by
push-ups right there.
example.
He was like, I owe y'all. Coach made a mistake. I owe y'all. I'm gonna pay my bill." He hits
Yeah.
the ground, knocks out his push-up, gets up. My bad, guys. Let's get back at it. I walked right over there, shook his hand, said, "Hey man, thank you for being a great coach." Like
That's
that
That,
that right
which,
there is
That's
everything.
leading
If you're
by
teaching
example.
accountability, don't just teach it, show it. I
that's
mean,
right. You took the
so
words out of
hey,
my
hats
mouth.
off, uh, coach, Coach Bethea, if you still in here, man, hats off to you, man. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're there working with the RS boys, man. It's a blessing.
I thought it was say trailers ain't renovations. That was funny to me, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, trailers, eight renovations.
He said trailers
hey.
ain't renovations.
Hey, well, look, fellas, look, I'm gonna have to edit and rename this episode because this wasn't so much as a recap, but this was a coaching revival up here, man.
Yeah, man.
A lot of great conversation, a lot of great minds. I appreciate y'all taking the time. I didn't mean to hold y'all this long. I know it's Sunday. Everybody got plans, family or football or whatever. So we're gonna start to kind of wrap things up here, but
I got
Well, my
family.
Steelers, my Steelers played this morning, so I ain't got to worry about nothing
oh.
else today. So
Yeah, I'm watching film and breaking down film today.
Okay. But as y'all know, like I said, I might be up here Wednesday. I may be up here Wednesday. We'll see what the fam got going on. But this probably be one of my last shows before I head off. But I just want to appreciate y'all for taking the time to come up here. Everyone for listening. Everybody who engaged in the chat, man, appreciate y'all. Gotta give a shout out to our sponsor one more time, Austin Brinkley, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Definitely got to give him a shout out for all he's done for the podcast and for that community out there at James Keenan, man. Appreciate you for sponsoring the podcast. But before we close out, fellas, any final thoughts?
Oh man,
Man. Hey
So much has been said. So much has been said.
final
man.
thought. Mm.
Hey, I love all y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to be here.
Yes,
Chris,
sir.
whatever you need in the downtime, man, all you got to do is make the request. I got you. Coaches, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Uh,
No.
God is good. Y'all be
Yes, sir.
blessed. That's all.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
I
and
appreciate y'all
and
for bringing me on today and everything. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Everything. So,
Hey, thank you for taking time, Coach.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
no problem.
Man,
All right, y'all be blessed.
I want to say to the community, man, like we don't we gotta keep this thing going, man. In
It's gonna
some
stay.
form of
It's gonna
fashion,
keep. It's gonna stay
it
going.
it, it gotta say going because I mean, like, bro, Chris, this is a real testament to you, man. Who else is put on for these kids in Simpson County like you, bro? I've heard, people the bitter and all that stuff. I'll take it, man. Shoot them at me. What you gonna
right.
do?
Yes.
Like, shoot them at me,
Send me
bro.
all the hate
This
mail.
man is taking time to bring highlights to your children that would have never ever happened anywhere else. WRAL ain't coming down here like that. The paper can only cover but so much. Who is
WCT
getting
not doing that.
all of these good? WECT can only do but so much.
Right.
Who else is highlighting these children like that, man? So the
Nobody.
same way that he'll give you some praise, you have to be able to take the critique. We all critique people. If you can't take critique, you are setting up your child for a harsh reality when they get out there in that real world. Because there's going to be a boss. There's going to be an HR manager. There's going to be a judge. There's going to be a sheriff. There's going to be somebody that's going to smack him and tell him, you're not good. You messed up. And
Mm.
going to call you out on your stuff.
You better preach. You better
That's
So
right.
preach.
because this man gives
That's
you
right.
a critique on something, be humble. Sit down. Listen. Like, bro, ain't nobody over here trying to act like they're perfect or nothing, man. But like, your child is getting some attention that would have never even probably transpired if it wasn't for this platform. Be grateful, man. For real,
That's
for
right.
real. Chris, I gotta give you props, man. Cause this can't shut down, man. Ain't nobody else putting on for Section County sports the way that this pod has done.
And not just Sampson County. We talking about some of the
But yeah,
ungrateful counties
bro,
that across from Sampson County.
facts. Even in the South Carolina. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, your reach is wide, man.
Yep.
You built this thing, man, and we not gonna let no little sour apples spoil the whole bunch. Hey, ain't no way.
Nah.
We even put
Nah.
on for Western North Carolina that's got all the Titans over there.
Facts.
Oh
Come
no,
on.
definitely, man.
Ha-
We definitely gonna keep it moving, man. It's gonna look a little different, but like I said, man, I'm gonna do what I as much as I can do from where I'm at to like I said, I'm gonna have to pre-record a lot of my stuff and just and put it in there. But like I said, man, I feel like it's in good hands, man. Y'all seen like kind of let Coach Goodman take the lead. This is what he gonna be handling this thing, and he's gonna do a great job. And he's got a lot of great people supporting him. So it's not dying down, man. And we ain't worried about the hate, man. The love, like you said, man. The love always gonna outshine the hate.
yes, sir.
Even even recently, man, showing love to a kid from Clinton yesterday, and somebody funny in the go like, come on, bro, like like at this point, just say you don't like me. Don't put it on the kids, man. But it's all good, dog. Like I said, man, I appreciate all the kind words and I appreciate all the support. And I couldn't do what we're doing right now without the help of everybody on the screen right here because everyone's played a huge part. Even Coach Stevens, who this is his first time being on the show, but the work he's doing with those middle school kids, like that. This is all
That-
this is all well. It all works together. So
Somebody got to give us something to talk about.
yes,
We need
sir.
them
that-
guys.
Yes,
that's
sir.
right. You feel me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
There's no such thing as bad publicity. So
Oh, no.
That's
Oh,
right.
no.
That's
Oh,
right.
But
no.
Chris, for real, man. Before we sign off, man, I just want to say thank you, man.
yeah,
Like,
man.
I went
Appreciate it.
on that
Yeah, thank
soapbox
you.
just to pretty much say thank you, man, for what you're doing for these kids, man.
I appreciate it.
Like
Appreciate it,
even
man.
even for what you done for my own and whatnot, man. Like I said, a lot of these kids wouldn't even got the light of day if it wasn't for this platform. So for that,
Correct.
I'll forever be grateful, man.
Yes, sir.
And I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
not just the kids. You know, this was one of my bucket list things I wanted to do in life. Since I didn't go on to college and play or nothing like that, you know, I wanted to be some type of sportscaster or sports reporter. And Chris gave me that platform to be up here and talk sports. Not only talk sports, but he even let me write a couple columns.
Mhm.
So I'm forever grateful for that, and getting my name out there as well. As far as coaching, you know, being able to come up here and talk about these kids and help him shine light, and it's been a great ride. And I'm still gonna be a part of it when I'm not coaching, or if I have downtime and he wants to go live, I'm hopping on.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know,
So, and I mean, Brandon's got his own over there, the Claw. I haven't
Oh,
hopped
yeah.
on his yet, and I know he's gonna text me after this and be like, "Okay, that's okay,"
no
Yeah.
sir, no
Nah,
I
sir.
gotta
nah.
hop on. I gotta hop on his and talk
Real
some junk
talk.
about.
If you're listening and you haven't checked out Off the Claw podcast yet, and you're a Lakewood or just a Sampson County or anybody that just likes to listen to good, raw, real football talk, go over there and check him out, man. He's got something big that he's building over there. So definitely
What
got to.
nights? What nights you on? When are you on?
Listen, that's what I was actually about to say. I've been really inconsistent because I've been doing some odd jobs and been kind of behind the ball. My wife just started a new job where her hours are a little later than we're used to, so I've been behind the ball a little inconsistent, but I'm going to try to get that reeled in here soon. Um, I'm a I'll nail down a schedule and start getting a little more consistent.
Okay.
Here we got a bye week this week, so that's going to give me a little break to be able to kind of
Mm.
settle in. I post all
We
the
doing
time
a
on there. I
special
try to post
episode
something.
for Roseboro Saddleburg versus Hopkins. Got to be a special episode.
That's right.
Hey, let's do it.
With
We do
all
it.
that's
Hey,
playing
we can
out,
do it
we
right
got to do a
here.
special episode.
Hey, we can do it right here. We can do it off the claw. It don't matter to me. We do it wherever y'all want to do it. Like
And,
I'm down. I'll even see. I might get Coach Bethea to hop in.
and then my
Yeah,
and,
Um,
man.
and then
We'll
my
do
like
last
that.
thing I want to say is, Chris, congratulations on your new job, man. That's a
Yeah,
huge thing
man.
for you and your
Yeah.
family, dude. Proud of you, dog. You juggling this and your other job and getting a new job and your family. That's huge for you, man. And you and your family. Proud of you. Congratulations.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, keep
Blessings,
growing,
Chris.
dog. Keep growing that and growing this podcast, and things are gonna. Hey, we ain't going nowhere. Buck sweep ain't going nowhere.
Oh
We
no,
here.
no, we ain't
no,
letting it.
man. Yeah. We
Chris,
gotta get
I
ready to
want to
take.
say thank you, man, because we talked about what you've done for the kids and the communities and all that, and allowed us, to be a part of. And I appreciate that, man. But I thank you from me. I was never really, really big into sports. I love football because my son plays football and I love watching him play. Um, so sitting with you guys and dealing with you guys and talking with y'all and making me keep an eye on some of these programs and what was going on, I understand and know a lot more than I did a year and a half ago when me and you started chatting it up. But I thank you mostly for the platform because it's helped me be a better person. It's helped me be more conscious of what comes out of my mouth and what I say. The Lord's been dealing with my heart a lot, as y'all probably noticed on some of the podcasts. Like I went from a lot of rah 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 at the beginning to now I'm always trying to come back and give credit to the big man. He's dealing with my heart on a lot of situations, and I'm all ears. I'm listening to him. So just as I said, coaching is a ministry. This has become a ministry. It has allowed me to pour into the lives of these student athletes that we talk about and deal with, but also to the coaches and speak on. And I've even spoke on my own, personal things on here. Uh, it's really came full circle for me, man, and it has been a real blessing in my life and allowed me to have a platform to not just talk about sports, but to try to be a better example of the things I'm talking about, like letting the things in our life be a ministry for Him. I thank you for that. I'm not a great example of a Christian, or however you want to put it. At all times, no, I'm not, and I know that. But that's why we go to God, let Him clean us up.
Yes, sir.
And so I appreciate you for kind of putting me on the spot per se. I've been here and I feel the eyes and I feel the conviction in my heart when I say certain things or do certain things. I got to make good on it. So I thank you for letting me be on here through my growth and through my change and being a part of that, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Well, fellas, if it's nothing else, man, we'll go ahead and sign off, man. Like always, man. I appreciate everyone for listening in. Appreciate our sponsor. Like I said, man, this is not a goodbye. It's a see you later. I'll be back in about 6 months, and then a year from now, I'm gonna be right there in person. So we gonna be doing this in person a little bit more. I'm gonna get a chance to bounce around Sampson County and Duplin County and actually check out some of these games in person and get a little bit of that fanfare that Brandon and y'all been. I want people to recognize me from the podcast. Oh, y'all remember you? Yes. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to coming home and experiencing that next year. But like I said, man, it's not going nowhere. We still running things behind, still running things behind the scenes. Parents, you can still reach out to me in my inbox with, if you want me to post something or videos or anything like that, any questions. And like I say, I'm leaving it in good hands, man. Coach Goodman's going to do a great job. He's got a great support system, and always people willing to help. So, like always, man, this is going to be this Busquee Sports Podcast. Signing off, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Coaches,
All right, y'all have
appreciate
a
you.
good one.